Hi guys, welcome back to La Lucha Israel podcast. I am your host Edith.
And I'm Angel.
Hello.
¿Cómo está la gente?
Hey.
Oh, that sounded hella like weird. ¿Cómo está la gente?
What the fuck would you say it like that?
I don't know.
Why would you say it like that?
It just came out that way. I'm like, ew. I hella caught that.
From now on, we're gonna take Angel officially off this podcast for saying it like that. Because what the fuck?
What if I started talking like that?
Like I said, thank you for joining us on this podcast, but it's ending because Angel is deciding to speak like that.
What were you saying?
No sé qué estaba haciendo.
Before I rudely interrupted.
¿A dónde está peinada? You know that song?
Yeah.
From like
Forever ago?
when we used to go to quinceañeras, they used to play it all the time.
Yeah.
Or La Chona.
Girl, who doesn't know La
I
Chona?
fucking love La Chona.
La Chona?
Y sí, si sale La Chona, I'm going on that dance floor. You already know.
I like, oh, la vaca.
La vaca.
La misma vaca.
Moo. Bitch.
Who decided to fucking make a song about me? I fucking can't.
Guys, you just made me remember that meme, bro. Angel sent me this meme. I was like, damn, estoy recostada. I don't know what, but I was like laying down. And I was like, estoy recostada en mi cama.
Estoy echada como una vaca en mi cama.
Yeah, estoy echada como una vaca en mi cama. And then Angel has the perfect picture to fucking send me. And what did you say? Like, Val took this picture of me.
Val just took this picture of me last night. And it was a cow on a bed.
I cannot stop fucking laughing, bro.
Yeah, Edith has a shirt with me on.
Oh my god, that another one.
Edith has this shirt with a cow on it, and I was like, "When did you get a shirt with my face on it?"
Me like, what the? I fucking can't.
Oh my god,
I
I'm
love
crying.
cows.
I'm literally crying right now.
That's like my sister's favorite animal.
Which sister?
Yamile.
Oh, she likes cows.
Oh, she loves cows.
Really?
She has cow little plushies
Oh,
and
that's cute.
like cute cows.
My mom
she
has
likes
this-
those furry ones. You know the ones with long hair. Have you seen those?
Yes, that's fun because I got hair.
Yeah.
My mom likes elephants.
Oh, elephants are good luck.
Yeah, and the tail has to be facing the door.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta change my elephant.
Yeah, so you're like the face has to be away from the door, like the tail has to como que si va entrando, like basically está entrando la suerte. You get it?
Oh, pues yo la tengo del otro lado porque tengo una vaquita, bro. Una vaquita. Ah, no, una vaquita.
An elephant?
El elephant. Y yo pensé que era el trunk to the door, but let me change that shit.
Yeah, no, it has to be tail to the door para que entre la suerte.
I'm like, maybe that's why I almost tripped this morning.
And my mom has like if you go to my mom's house,
Oh, yeah, I
you got
remember.
elephants everywhere, but they're all facing away from the door. Yeah.
I gotta do it.
All right, guys. This is another one of our pre-recorded episodes. And
Dun, dun, dun.
yes, we should be back to our regular scheduled recording in. Are we starting like late August? July, beginning
July.
August.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there. That's when we start recording back to our regular schedule. While Edith is out here living her best life.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
When I keep up with my adventures, hopefully I'll post on Instagram. I don't know. I have a tendency of not posting when I go on vacation.
Until you get back.
Yeah, until I get back.
Para que no te den.
Para que no
para los
sepan.
haters.
Para que no
Hey,
sepan
para que
dónde
los
está.
haters don't wish you like a delayed flight.
Yes, exactly.
Dude, that is so sad because honestly, I've thought like that before where I feel like I can't post something until after it's already happened.
Just so I don't
Because
get
just in case the haters want to wish something go bad and I'm like, boo, bitch, I'm back already. That shit
know.
happened last week.
Bye.
Bye.
Especially because of the podcast, we have our Instagrams not on private.
Huh?
They're not. Our Instagrams are not private.
Oh, yeah, they're not.
So like anybody could see it. So I'm very precautious
Yeah.
of what I post.
Yeah.
Like when I was private, I was like, okay, I know who's seen it. You know, I know who's seen it. But cuando como no, like me da, porque I get random ass people looking at my stories.
Mm-hmm. Like all these like bots and shit.
Yes, all these bots, all these porn bots. Bro, I'm like, what the fuck? But that's when I told you, I was like, why am I getting so many of these? Like, that I post none of my content has to do with anything close to that, you know? And then I started TikToking. And then I saw why people create, like, there's fucking third-party websites where you could, like, go into and check on people's Instagrams and they don't want to know.
That's crazy. Or like how people have like Finstas and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is. But I've noticed that there's a lot. I feel like there's a lot more like bots, or I guess like fake accounts on TikTok than there is on Instagram.
Yeah.
Because like at least on like TikTok, I feel like people are more ballsy with what they say, because like that one, it's like nobody like fucking follows them. They don't have any like followers. They don't have any likes or post anything. It's like easier, and it's like user 1457998 whatever
10, 11, 100.
and then you have no idea who it is. But then like on Instagram, like people actually have these accounts and they like keep up with them and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like people are less likely, because I noticed that like on our reels versus like our TikToks and stuff, people have been more ballsy to say shit on like TikTok versus
Reels.
Instagram reels. Yeah.
You're right. I don't know, girl. I don't know, but that's why.
Have you ever been that fucking toxic that you create like a fake profile to like go sneak on somebody, like go like stalk people's shit?
No, I don't think so, girl.
Because I know a few people. And that doesn't mean me. So. I mean, I've catfished people, but I was in like middle school. Yeah, but other than that, I've never.
I don't like whatever happened in high school. Like, I don't consider it.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure I made a fake profile. Me and my. Did I make it with you? No, I didn't make it with you.
No.
I made it with one of my other friends back in high school. Well, if she could remember, she's watching this. And yeah, we made a fake profile. But that's like.
Wait. Who were you stalking though?
We weren't stalking. We were just playing around. We were just catfishing.
Oh, you were just catfishing. Mm-hmm. Oh, I did that shit in middle school.
That's so fucking lame.
That is so immature.
Yeah, it's so fucking lame.
But then again, we were kids.
Yeah.
But no, as an adult, no, there's like full-on adults like having fake accounts.
Yeah. To fucking stalk on people.
To stalk on
or
people.
Using those third-party website, like third-party to like.
To like go on. People. Yeah. So because they don't want that person to know that they were like looking at their shit. But I'm like, if you gotta go through all that, it's kind of like says something.
It's sus. No, I've never done it. Like, honestly, once I cut you off and I really don't want to see anything of you, like, I'm not gonna go out of my way. I'm not sorry.
Yeah, like, have you ever had to block anybody?
Yeah.
Have you ever gotten out of your way to block somebody?
I have gone out of my way to block people.
What's a reason to go out of your way to block somebody?
I remember I was talking to this guy, and then he started getting very like sexual really quick.
Ew.
It was disgusting, and then he said some shit that rubbed me the wrong way. Blocked.
That's what. So okay, that was what called for that block.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was another one where I was talking to another guy. Fuck my life. I was talking to another guy, and then, I just wanted to end things, and I knew the best thing for me is like, and for them is not to see my shit, because I know they would see my shit. Mm-hmm. So I just blocked them.
Damn.
For me, it's really easy to press block. Honestly, guys, like I
don't think I've gone that far as to blocking people. Wait, I remember I did block an ex.
Yeah.
But like a high school ex,
just
you
so
know.
Why do you want to keep up with my life? That's the thing, like.
Yeah, honestly, I just like, even like now that I'm like not private on my IG or whatever, like I don't really like
for me it's like now.
I don't care who like watches my shit, because I'm very selective about what I post.
Yeah.
So I'm selective about what I want people to know, but otherwise, like I don't have, yo no tengo nada que esconder.
Yeah,
like,
no, for me it's when I started dating, bro. That I'm
because guys are fucking weird.
Yeah. And I started getting real. No, because I don't think there's any girls that have actually like blocked. No. But yeah.
Have you ever had to block family?
I blocked coworkers before, so they don't see my shit. Hey, I don't want that, because work me and like me, real life me, two different people, two very different people. Like, no, I don't need you seeing me in my whatever the fuck I'm doing. So yeah.
Damn, that makes me think, like, I don't really, like, all my coworkers can see everything.
Oh, damn.
And then, like, a lot of them know about the podcast. Oh. So they're probably listening to the stories and be like, Angel, who the fuck are you outside of work?
Exactly.
Because when you hear my customer service voice, You'll
it's totally different.
It's totally different.
It's
like
totally different. I sound very much very well educated.
Yeah.
Like I love the world and people and everything like that. Like I'm the friendly.
And I sound so fucking chipper too. Like, thank you for calling. My name is Angel. How may I assist you? And it's like a higher pitch.
Yes, a higher pitch. Nah, but if they really knew, I'm like, no. I don't need them to know all that.
And then they like give me some whatever, they tell me whatever, and I'll be like, of course I'd like to help you, give me 1 second. And it's like, do I really want to fucking help them?
Fuck them.
Oh my god, I'm laughing because have you seen that guy on TikTok where he works at a call center or whatever?
Yes, I know.
And then he cracks me up every single time.
Yeah, he's fucking hilarious.
Like the shit he says where he hangs up and he'll be like, fucking bitch.
That was me, bro. That was hella me. Especially when I worked at the bank. And for anybody, like, because whatever. Whoever has worked with people in general, and especially like in the financial industry, like a bank, they know like what kind of fucking people we get. Like, we get some fucking weird ass, mean people. Mm-hmm. So of course I wasn't gonna cuss them out right then and there. Yeah. But like, let me be as nice as I can. I always called them with kindness, because what the fuck are they gonna say, that I was like being a bitch? No, they're not gonna say that. They're gonna say like, she's being too fucking kind. Like, what the fuck? No, tampoco. So I was just like,
but would you ever be like passive aggressive, like in a sense of like, I hope your day gets better?
Yeah, I would do that. I would do that. I would do that all the fucking time. I'm like, oh, okay.
I hope your day gets better.
Have a blessed day.
Yeah. I did that
shit they would be so mean.
And then they would get even more mad because you're being so fucking nice.
But what the fuck are they going to do? Exactly. They're going to complain to my manager that I was being too kind?
Yeah.
Okay. And then I would go, like, whenever like I had to go to the back, I'd be like, fucking shit.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, there were some fucking people that really tested my patience, like over the years of working various. And honestly, I don't even think it's just the bank, girl. I think it's everywhere. I think it's everywhere where you work with people, because I've had to work with a ton of fucking people. Back when I worked in actually various jobs that I've had to work with people, and people have been people are so rude and miserable, and like that's one of my pet peeves, when people are in a bad fucking mood and take it out on everybody else.
Like, you don't think I'm having a bad day, like, but I'm not gonna project that onto you.
Exactly. So like it
you
really
have no fault.
Here's the thing, it's like people have like no fucking manners nowadays, because like you'll be having a shitty day or you're like upset or whatever, and you like come into work and you make it a fucking point to make sure everybody knows that you're in a fucking bad mood and you don't want to say hi to nobody, no quieres saludar.
That's weird to me.
That is so fucking weird. Like, why are you projecting all this negativity, and why are you putting that out there? Like,
and you're making your day even worse at that point. Like,
exactly.
Even worse, because that's the energy that you're putting out.
Exactly. And it's like, honestly, a lot of people like, even if I'm in a bad mood, like I feel a lot of people, there's been times where I have slipped up where like I feel like you can tell that I'm in a bad mood, but like for the most part, like I've walked into work having a shitty ass fucking day, but I'll still fucking smile, saludar, be like, hey, good morning. Like, I still say hi to people. Like, I don't just walk into a room full of people and go like straight to my desk. Like, I walk into a room and I still, like, if there's people there and I'm like making eye contact with people, I say good morning.
Me too, bro.
Because that's fucking weird to me when you walk in somewhere and there's people and you don't say
Tell
anything.
me about it, bro. I've never understood that, believe me. And I've worked with so many people like that just look at you and just pass. And I'm like, I'm petty, bro. I'm like, first of all, you usually it's like the person that's kind of walking in is the one that kind of,
you're the one that initiates it because you just walked in.
But I will tell you good morning and make sure that you hear me.
Oh, I don't.
Even though you try to pass me. Mm-hmm. I'm like, no.
I honestly, one thing that I've noticed is like if I walk in somewhere and there's like people, and I've even made eye contact with people, I make it a point to say good morning, because
it's always like recognizing their presence.
Yeah, you recognize someone's presence, and you say like, and I don't know, I just think it's like, I think it's good manners to just be like, oh, hi. Like, even if you don't want to say it's a good morning, you're still like recognizing someone's presence, recognizing that that person is here in this world, in this room right now.
Like, I remember like when another thing about the bank, and it's happened to me in other jobs, but people would just come up and be like, just give me their money and not say anything. And I'm like, and I wouldn't start the transaction until like
just there.
No, I'd just be on my computer until they deliberate said hi or something. Like, the fuck am I gonna do? Like,
they're just fucking throw the money at you and then be like staring at you.
No. That don't work with me. So if you don't acknowledge my presence, why am I gonna acknowledge yours either?
So that's what I do too. I guess that's a little petty in me too, where like if I like, let's say I'm somewhere and like a person just like walks in but doesn't say anything at all, and they just go straight to their desk or wherever, and like I'm not gonna start talking to that person until they fucking say something, because I'm just gonna be like, first of all, like, you walked in here and I don't really fuck with your energy and your vibe right now. So I was like, how about you fix that, and then we can restart this, and you can say hi or whatever the fuck. But then like also like even those same people, like, and then they think that like once they're past their shitty fucking mood, then they can be like playful with you and like laugh and crack jokes or talk to you. And I'm just gonna be like, no, that doesn't fly with me. I'll fucking say something if they say something, but then I'm gonna put my AirPods in or whatever. I'm gonna just keep doing what I'm doing. I'm gonna do me, because it's like, I'm not only gonna talk to you when it fucking benefits you. I'm not only gonna talk to you when you're in a good mood, because like, no, I think that's stupid. Like,
first of all,
the world does not fucking revolve around you.
Exactly. I just don't like people that bring that kind of energy. Like, bro, like, we all have it, like, have it hard in life, you know? Like, why are we projecting that, like,
exactly
onto other people? Like, no, you are the change. So whatever, and like, of course, bad shit happens in life, but it's up to you how you, like, ¿cómo se dice? Finish my sentence.
Bad shit happens in life, and it's up to you how you react to it.
Yeah, how you react to it. So like, if of course you had a shitty morning, but if you like go in and just be like, fuck everybody, I don't want to talk, your day's gonna continue with that energy.
Yeah.
But if you say, you know what, I'm at work, let's switch it off, you know, like, let's put on my face.
Exactly.
Because I have a work face. That's why I have some coworkers blocked and shit like that, because I have a work face and I have like a real life face. I'm not gonna show my real life face to, like, you know.
Yeah, me too. I honestly check myself at the door all the fucking time. I do this before I walk in somewhere. It's just like, even if I had a shitty morning, or like, let's say Val and I were not like getting into a fight, but like, let's say maybe like it just didn't start off right, or
sometimes
like
you wake up on the wrong side of the fucking bed, bro.
Yeah, or maybe like you had lack of sleep and you know you're fucking exhausted, or anything could go fucking wrong, or like the car's not starting, or you fucking need to put gas in your car.
Or you get a flat tire, bro. That's happened.
There's a number of things that could fucking go wrong, that you're not in the fucking good mindset or whatever. But like, also like, as soon as right before I walk into work, I literally have to check my face. I have to like have to breathe, and then I'll be like, okay, I can go in now. Yeah. Because I'm not gonna fucking project all of this negative shit or feelings that I'm feeling onto everybody else.
Yeah, and I always get the thing like, oh my god, you're like everywhere. Like, oh, you're so, like, you're always in a happy mood. You're, like, so bubbly. Yeah, because I'm not going to let you see if I'm, like, in a bad mood. Ever. I might be, like, some days, don't get me wrong, I might be, like, tired. Or, like, I might be in a bad mood, but I'm a little bit more silent. And I just always say, oh, I'm just tired.
Yeah, you're a little more reserved.
I'm a little bit more tired.
Yeah, I'm just tired.
But y'all never be like, oh, this fucking shit happened and fucking, no, you don't need to know all that.
Yeah, you don't.
I'm very reserved. Like,
yeah, there's been like certain shit that happens to me, and I'm like, I'm not gonna post about it, and I'm not gonna talk to everybody about it. And like, one thing that fucking irks me is like, let's say I have talked to somebody about it, and they then go to somebody else and like share that. I'm like, what the fuck? Bro, like, who told you could talk to other people about that?
Yes, exactly. Like, I'm just like, what the fuck? But whatever.
But like, there's one thing is like checking your face and stuff. Do you think, I feel like that kind of also goes, I think that goes with a lot of things. It's like checking your attitude and like who you are as a person in different situations. They call it code switching.
Oh yeah, they do.
And I don't know, what are your thoughts on code switching?
So can you like define it for me?
Let's have Google define it for us,
because I have an idea of it, but I don't know if it's completely right, the idea that I have.
Because I mean, I guess code switching, let's see what Google has to say. All right, the practice of alternating between two or more languages of varieties of language and conversation. No, I don't think that's what that is.
Like the way you speak and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think it has to do your mannerisms, your, like, the way you talk, the way you say things. I do that
all the fucking time. It really depends because, like...
Oh, here we go. Code switching is shifting or manipulating one's behaviors to appeal to a different crowd or audience.
Yes, all the time. All the time. I don't know if that's healthy, but I do. Because it really depends on who I'm talking to. Or, like, here in this podcast, you guys might be like, oh, this, like, I'm a little ghetto or something, like, the way I speak and shit like that. But it's because I'm talking to my best friend and I'm just, like, you know, we don't give a fuck.
Like, we're just being us. Like, honestly, it's kind of, like, unmasking.
And it's like, not judged. Like, I don't feel judged, you know, judge-me free zone. So, like, and that's how I am on here. But keep in mind, not everybody knows it's me, you know. Like,
oh, yeah, for sure.
Work, I'm very proper. I don't cuss at all. At all. I don't know why my tongue did a weird thing. At all. At all. I don't cuss at all. I keep it very professional, you know, like, with my parents, I don't cuss either. Like, I don't cuss with my parents. Oh, actually, I do cuss a little bit more now, but it's not that bad. Like, you know, how I am with you, that I'm always like, fuck all the time.
Shit.
But, yeah, it's very different how, like, I kind of switch depending on how I want.
On your audience and stuff. I don't think it's, I think maybe in a sense it could be maybe not unhealthy, but like, what's the word? I just feel like you're not being your true authentic self, like all around. But I feel like some places does call for it because, for example, like even like you said with the podcast, like people might think like, oh, she's a little ghetto the way that I talk, I cuss a lot or whatever. But like there are people, yeah, there are a lot of people who like I've worked with and they'll be like, damn, I mean, she's not like that with like me or but but that's because I'm masking in a sense or code switching because like I'm in an office environment and like I honestly there are times where I'm not even gonna say times. But I do cuss at work, but like amongst like coworkers. But if it's like a client, no, that shit like customer service angel turns on.
And I wish that, you know how I told you for the podcast I want to stop like cussing so much, but I can't turn it off, bro. Like it's so easy for me to turn it off at work. Yeah, and I can't. Here I'm like, no, I messed up already. I said fuck already. How
do Josh and Sebas do? Well, they slip up every now and then, but like it's really hard because I feel like when we're with each other, it's like we're so comfortable, and it's like you can like take off the mask because at least for me it's like sometimes I feel like I'm putting on a performance which I don't think is entirely healthy either because like especially like when you go to an interview it's like you fucking code switch the fuck like that shit is turned all the way to like
professionalism to the max.
Exactly. Like your voice gets a little higher pitched, you're very like you're very careful with your word choice like but like amongst some of my coworkers that I've gotten to know a little bit better, they kind of know like how I talk or am or whatever, but I've always been careful about what I said. So a lot of times like people who know me in a different environment, they'll be like, that's not the angel I know, but it's like that's because I'm not being myself 100%. And I just fucking put myself on blast. I just put myself on blast.
But I feel like because I do that a lot too, and I feel like most people kind of probably do that too, you know, like they're not. There's people that you could be your authentic self, but they most of the time to the real world, you have to kind of switch a little bit.
Yeah, and I feel like for me, I feel like I've had to mask a lot growing up because I feel like I've always had to think about, like, if it's always been, I don't know, I've always struggled with, like, reading other people, like, body language, and, like, I've been that person where I've had to, like, practice conversations in my head. I've had to think about, like, I feel like, personally, I've been socially awkward growing up, but as I've gotten older and adapted and learned a lot of things, like, I have, like, fucking social rules. I have, like, social, cues, like, rules, whatever, like, rules of, like, okay, Angel, you can't say this because people get offended, or like, Angel, you can't do this because that's considered rude. Like, there's certain things like I have to keep like these, like a mental tally of like what is acceptable and what's not. And that's because I don't know, I get, like, you know me, like, I'm very, like, what is the word, like, very brash, very
okay, I know,
blunt, like,
very blunt.
Yeah, I'm very, like, blunt, like,
you say how it is.
I say how it is,
how
and, like,
it comes out of your mind. And sometimes, like, it could be offensive to some people that don't know, like, that know that you're not, they're not talking to them with ill intention. Yeah. Because I feel like everybody has their guard up, you know? So it's like...
Yeah. But, Where were we going with this?
I don't fucking know.
How the fuck did we even get here?
Shit.
Oh, because we started talking
Code
about
switching. And you were talking about... I know.
It just sucks, but honestly, I feel like as Latinos, I personally feel like we code switch a lot more.
Yes.
Because, like, you're already presented to the world as you, like, a lot of different races have this idea of who you are, so you want to,
based on where you come from,
and like stereotypes that like you have as a Latino. So like you kind of don't, I feel like you don't want to fall into like a stereotype, so you have to like code switch so that people could take you like more seriously. Like, you know what I mean? I personally have felt that way.
I feel the same way, definitely.
Yeah, and I know, like, for example, like, let's say Val and I go to eat at a restaurant or whatever, like, this is one of his pet peeves is when, like, I cuss a lot. But that's because, like, I'm with him and I feel, like, very comfortable with him and how I talk and how I am. And that's how I was raised, because you meet my family, like, they all cuss a lot. My family just cusses a lot. And that's just how I am. And so I feel like that, so when we go out to eat, like, I have to, it's been rough for me to like be mindful of that, because Val with his family, like they're different, like they don't really cuss a lot, I guess, as much. So when we go out to like eat and stuff, he'll be like, can you just like turn it down a little bit?
Can you turn the fucks down, please?
Because like there's been times where like, let's say we go out to like a nice dinner at like a higher end restaurant, and like let's say like I wasn't being as mindful or careful about what I was saying or how I was saying it, and Val will just be like, babe, there's like people staring at you, and I'll just like, shit.
My bad.
My bad. But I'm just like, it just sucks because like you can't even really be yourself without being judged, and you're already perceived as certain thing, especially being Latino, and then you're like looked at like you're hella ghetto.
Yeah,
at least I do.
Like people have this notion. Yeah, definitely.
And so you have to be a little more perky, but then it's like stupid because like let's say you start talking like, then people are be like, why are you so whitewashed?
That's another thing. But I feel like it comes a lot, it's very prevalent too when you're like in environments where they're very like, it's white dominated, honestly. And even like as a woman, male dominated, like
that's true too. Like you can't even fucking say something without them being like, why are you being so emotional about it? And I'm like, fuck, if you were the one saying this shit, people wouldn't tell you that.
Like if it's mostly like, because I've been in spaces where it's very male dominated, like workplaces and stuff like that. I have to be very choosy with my words, because if I'm too nice, but I have to be very professional, right? And usually I am very nice when it comes to like, you know, my work face. But if it's in a group of professional and it's all men, bro, I have to kind of like tone the friendliness down, because then they think it's like I've gone in where they think it's something else.
Ew.
Yeah.
Like they mistake your friendliness for being a flirt.
Yeah.
Oh hell no!
And I've been in that awkward position.
But it's crazy because then, like, even as a woman, like, let's say you're trying to be more firm, it's like now we're considered a bitch. Yeah, you're a bitch. But if it was a guy, they'd be like, no, you're assertive, you're firm. But then if it's a girl, you'll be like, oh no, she's just being a bitch. Like,
yeah, exactly.
But I bet you
balance in between.
Yeah, and I bet you if it was like a man saying the same thing you said, they wouldn't be like, oh, he's being a bitch.
No, yeah.
And I'm like,
I have to like it sucks. You have to either balance or pick and choose what the fuck how you're gonna act and how you're gonna present yourself.
Yeah, that's crazy. Or like, have you been told to smile more? Because I've been told that.
No, because I always smile a lot.
Oh, I don't.
And then, but you know what? I've been told like once or twice, but that's because I've always smiled a lot. And then some days I'm just like a little bit more tired. And why don't you smile? You're not smiling like other days.
They don't tell other guys that.
Yeah, exactly. I don't see you telling the other guys that. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Or they say you should smile more often. I'll be like, I just don't want to smile now because you said that.
I don't want to smile at you.
Yeah.
But yeah, girl, it's crazy. It's crazy how much we have to like change depending on the environment.
And I feel like that's just, I don't know. I feel like everybody does it though.
And I feel like some people do it more than others, like I said. Sorry, my throat. like you said, like being a Latino, I feel like you have to do it even more because you have to basically not, you don't want to fit into these stereotypes that people have about us. Oh, Dios mío.
Yeah, you don't want to come off as like too ghetto or.
Yeah, because that's fuck my. Sorry, guys, my throat is fucking making noises. But yeah, definitely.
Because
My
I was so thrown off by your throat.
Yeah, I'm like.
All right, guys, we're gonna take a brief break and we'll be right back.
And we are
Back. Hi guys. Okay, where did we leave off? We were talking about
code switching.
Adapting. We
Um,
were talking about a lot of shit
I
actually.
know. Yo que quería tener fun in this episode.
That was a jam-packed first half of the episode.
I know.
Okay, have you ever slipped up? Like, Like,
Yes. And said a bad word.
and said a bad word where
Yes.
you shouldn't have? Or
It
like,
actually.
wait, tell us what happened.
Okay, all right. So keep in mind, I slipped up with the most religious person that I work with, bro. Too. Like I'm just like I don't know why, but I was like, oh man, this shit is so crazy, and I was like, oh shit, and I said it again, and I was like, oh man, and then he just starts laughing, and I'm like, my bad. I'm sorry. My code switching was not working. Like,
it got a little stuck.
Yeah, it got a little stuck. I was like, fuck. I was like, damn, I cuss now.
That's funny. I was I think one time I slipped up when I was at work, and this was at like another job that I had like years ago. I was on the phone with a client, and I was talking to him in Spanish, okay? And this guy was like very religious too. And
It had to be the religious people.
right? It had to be the religious people. So it was a client, he was very like religious, very, how do I explain? I don't even know how to explain it, but this guy was weird. And he was already testing my fucking patience, okay? And there's only so much that you can fucking take when they're taking you in circles, and they're just going in circles, okay? Like complaining about the same shit like over and over and over, and he was going in circles. And he basically was upset about the insurance not getting back to him or something like that. And so at one point he goes, well, what if they don't, he's like, ¿qué dijo? Dijo, y si no dan respuesta, entonces qué? And I was like, no, pues a huevo nos tienen que dar respuesta. I dead ass, and then I caught myself, and then he started laughing because he was like, a huevo, no, pues como si estuviera hablando con un compadre o algo. And then he like made a comment of like how like as a female that I shouldn't be talking like that, and then that irked me.
Oh no.
Because I literally said, because he made this comment about like, oh, like if he was talking to like a bro, like a dude, right?
Yeah.
And they said something like that, but obviously it was not very professional of me to say
Yeah,
that. But it's because at this
slips
point
up.
he like pissed me off.
Yeah.
But yeah, and he was really testing my fucking nerves, and so that I slipped up, and I was like, no, pues a huevo nos tienen que contestar, and he started hella laughing at me, and then I kind of was like, no, perdón, and I was like, oh, perdón, no, pues a fuerzas nos tienen que dar respuesta, and he started laughing. He's like, oh no, pues si estuviera hablando con un amigo or un compa or whatever, and then made some comment. I don't even know how he said it, but I just know it pissed me off right away, where he like basically said that as a female I shouldn't be talking like that. And I'm like, first of all, sir, you fucked everything up in your case, because I know all the details about your case, and you fucked it all the way in the ass, like. But yeah, he really pissed me off, and I hella slipped up.
Oh,
but then after that I couldn't stop laughing, because I was like, damn, I really said a huevo.
Damn. How do you feel about like people saying like, as women we should act like a certain way?
Oh,
Like
they can fuck off. They can fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
Que se saquen el palo de donde lo tienen metido. I'm sure there's more comfortable things they can stick up there.
Me. Like, okay.
No, it's just like stupid, because there's just like, that's just what is it called? Like, ¿qué se creen de? Like, they think this is like back in the day or what? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know, like I don't fuck with people who think that like con la boca cerrada. ¿Cómo es el dicho? Calladita te ves más bonita.
Yeah,
I don't fuck with people like that.
And it sucks because it's like I feel like in the Latino culture, because of machismo and everything like that, it's very ingrained for women with that, like calladita te ves
Calladita te ves más
no lo puedo ni decir. Yeah, I mean, my brain is like nope. And I'm the whole fucking opposite.
Oh fuck yeah. I am too. And I just like I think especially in my family, I feel like if you meet all the women in my family, very fucking outspoken, very like taking up space, very like they make their presence known.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that we got from my grandma because like especially in like in esos tiempos, like the woman is seen as like calladita te ves más bonita.
Very submissive.
Very submissive.
Without earning it, honestly. Because there's nothing wrong with being submissive.
Yeah.
As long as, like, it's not forced upon you to be submissive.
Yeah, no. Eye roll. I wish people could hear my eye roll. But yeah, like, there's nothing wrong with being submissive, but it was, like, submissive, and they're just, like, very, like, physically and mentally abusive men who like the women cannot outshine them. Women cannot like basically like the woman is there to serve them.
Yes,
women are there to serve them. And again, like it depends. Like every person's relationship is like every person's dynamic is different. And if that's your relationship, there's nothing wrong with that. But like it's just like it was more like a forced upon. Like if you want to be submissive and serve your man, then fucking do it. But like you have the option to do that. Like you have free choice.
Exactly, but it's a privilege.
And like
it's a privilege to be like, you know, for like a man to have a woman that's submissive. In all honesty, you know, like it's no es como aquí estamos casados, you're gonna be submissive. No, it's like you earn that shit.
Yeah,
you
and
make the woman feel safe enough.
Back then, it wasn't like that. It was like, ¿qué me dijiste?
Yeah,
backhand.
Exactly. Forced submission.
They were forced submission. And like my grandma has always fucking like held her own. Like one thing that I really respected about her is that she fucking held her own, and she was very like loud. She was also very loud, and my grandma cussed a lot, and my grandma was like she wanted to fucking fight, like fuck people up and fight people all the time, because she was like, a mí no me hables así type shit. Like, and she was very like strong, independent, and like, yeah, like I don't know her whole story, but like ella tampoco no se dejaba, like no se dejaba. And like you look at like the women in my family, and it's like and I don't know if it started with her or not, but like I don't know, my great grandmother, but I just love that like you see other women like who were like the same age as my grandma and stuff, and they're very like bien calladitas, very reserved, and like cooking and cleaning and you know all this stuff. But my grandma was like kind of like era bien rebelde. And like I respected that about her so much, that she was fucking fearless. Like she was like she was not afraid to be who she was. And
generational curse.
Yeah, and I fucking love that. And I feel like you look at the women in my family, and like they're very fucking outspoken too. Like my tia fucking, when she grew up, she was trying to fight everybody too. And like you hear my other aunt who's very loud and outspoken too. And like my mom, so strong and independent, and she's like very like she's the epitome of I don't need a man.
Yeah.
And so it's just like I think that's so inspiring, and that's why like I just never put up with that shit.
Yeah.
Like I think because I saw it so much in my family that I never put up with the like calladita te ves más bonita type shit, because I would just laugh at people. I'd be like, oh okay, like if you don't like that, then move the fuck on, move along, somebody else will. And like now I'm married.
Hey, it works out.
It worked out.
I think for me it's a little bit different. For me, like most of the women in my family are more like, in a way, calladita te ves más bonita type thing, because that's what they were taught. That a woman should act a certain way and be a certain way. And I feel like at first I could tell like my mom was like, nah. I was very I mean, to this day I speak my fucking truth. I don't no me callo por nada. Y si no me like si no te gusta, pues bye. You don't have to be in my presence. So but I think it's been a learning process for my parents to kind of see how flamboyant, I guess I could say that, I am compared to everybody else in the family, you know, because sí, like, especialmente, like, por nuestra cultura, you know, and where I'm from, la mujer es mucho más reservada, like reservada to the max. And even my mom is very reserved and everything like that. But I'm the whole fucking opposite. I'm the whole opposite. And at first I could tell that it would irk my parents. Like, no la, but like in a way can't control me. But I was not gonna I was not gonna belittle myself because everybody wanted me to like act that way. So you're like
you mean like turn down your shine and stuff?
Turn down my shine. Basically.
No, fuck that.
Speak my fucking truth.
Yeah.
So I would get in trouble a lot for like talking back and stuff like that. Pero era quien era.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Dude, you have no idea how many times I've been called a rezongona.
Yeah, exactly. Una mula.
Mula. I heard that one a lot.
Pero es que mira, si tengo un problema lo voy a decir. Y si quiero hablar malas palabras también, because it's part of like, for me, I don't see it as bad, but like for my family, it's like, damn, you fucking cuss a lot. But I'm like, I see the men over here cussing like so fucking much.
¿Y por qué no les dicen nada a ellos?
Yeah, why don't you tell them, but this is wrong for a woman to do that. Okay. Whatever. Look how much I give a fuck. It's a fucking
double standard. It's such a double standard where you see men doing all this shit, but like a girl does it and then it's like all of a sudden like such a big fucking deal.
Yeah, it's a big fucking deal. And I'm like,
I didn't have to deal with that too much in my family because like a lot of my family is a lot of women, but then it's like the tios and stuff, but even then they're kind of like not as bad, you know, like
no, it's because they were used to it because of
and then my grandma, like my grandma, the way she is, so like for them, like if my uncle heard me cussing, like it was no big deal because my grandma cussed a lot.
You see, no, my grandparents don't cuss at all.
Yeah.
On the other hand, like they're very the ones that I have alive, you know, like they were very instilled, like, you know, Calladita te ves más bonita type thing. And to this day, like sometimes I bump heads with my grandparents because I'm not like that. And I'm not gonna back down just because you told me to like act a certain way, because ni modo, aquí está su nieta, and here we are. But I think it takes that one person, you know, like that, in a way, I don't want to say black sheep in the family type thing, but that one person in the family that kind of changes it. Maybe it was your grandma that changed it.
Yeah. I think so.
You guys, you know, because of her, you guys could be who you want to be, you know?
Yeah. And maybe for you, it'll be you.
No.
And for, like, who knows? Like, who knows if you do have kids or whatever, but, like, at least you're setting an example.
Exactly. Like, to my sisters, you know? Like, you know, you don't have to lower yourself or, like, belittle your shine because of standards that we have. No. The fuck?
Yeah. Don't let other people, like, dim your light. No, fuck that.
So
you gotta be you, speak out.
Y si no, a la gente que no le gusta, pues.
Pero también there's a time and place.
Okay, yeah, there is a time.
There's a time and place.
And I recognize that.
Yeah.
Pero vamos a decir we're just having like a casual conversation. People don't like how I speak
or like if we're at a house, like a family party or whatever, like. Que te valga verga if you want.
Or like, oh my god, a big thing over there before, because I don't think it's a big deal anymore. Tomar, like over there, like si veían a mujeres tomar, it was like.
Shut the fuck up. Meanwhile, they were here snorting lines in the bathroom.
Yes, exactly, bro.
Oh fuck no, get the fuck out of here.
So my over there, like my dad, like he would let me like, you know, drink and stuff, but like, he would tell me like just try not to like drink in public because I know how people were gonna talk and stuff. And my parents' image. I love them, but image is a big thing for them, you know? And I love my parents, and I respect that about them, but I don't give two fucks. Like, you get me? Like, si quiere hablar la gente, pues que hablen. A mí no me importa, pero por mí no pagan mis biles, so...
Yeah. Like, you're gonna keep on continuing with your life, and...
Si eso es lo que te... Like, it's sad for you to, like, you know, that's your enjoyment in life, to talk shit, but go for it. I don't care. Pero sí, like...
That's so crazy. Like, so, because you know how, like, there's a lot of, like, I've heard a lot of, like, the older generation, like, talk shit about, like, Nathaniel Cano. Talk shit because they're like, oh, es un pinche marihuano y que que aquello and all this shit.
Pero los...
Meanwhile, the fucking people that sing all the corridos they sing are over here snorting lines and doing shit. And I'm just like...
doing fucking coke in the back. And you don't think, like, dude, like, drugs have been so prevalent, especially, well, I could speak in Mexican culture and stuff like that. Yeah, bien calladitos, but it fucking happened. Like, let's not fucking ahora porque está get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of for real. Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
No, over here like este marihuano y que este que aquello. Meanwhile,
That
like
is natural.
meanwhile, the people that they listen to over here starting lines and they just maybe weren't upfront about it. I'm like, whatever, get out of here.
Yeah, y las canciones que oían, like
the shit they fucking talked about, or like this. Have you ever heard like adults where like they'll be like, "Ay, ¿qué estás escuchando?" Because you're over here listening to like, I don't know, rap, whatever, and whatever they're talking about. But then you listen to their music, and I'm like, they're talking about killing people, and you're like bumping that.
But they still talk like about sex and stuff like that. Yeah, they still talked about sex and everything like that. Maybe a little bit more low key. Y como éramos chiquillos, no entendíamos las canciones completamente. Bro, you hear them back again, and it's like, oh damn, like this guy is talking about how horny he is. This other guy's talking about how he's old and he wants to fucking get with the fucking 15-year-old. Like,
yeah, I'm like, yeah, and they talk about like younger women. Yes, like there was what's the song that I was kind of like, ooh, when you really think about it, is it Mi Niña Traviesa?
I don't know.
I don't know, but there's one song that I was like, when you really think about it, he's like this older man, but he's talking about a younger woman, whatever. Like he's talking about like she's a little bit immature, but he likes her, and I'm like, sir, that sounds a little like bit like you're grooming. That sounds a little bit creepy. Like
exactly,
you like her because she's immature. Is it because you can like manipulate? I don't know.
I'm just saying.
I don't know. It just sounds a little fucked up.
And that's the thing about it. Like cosas así. Like let's say my family says something like that, you know. And I bring up shit like that. I'm like, well, it goes in your times. Let me tell you. Like, the fuck? No, aquí nobody goes on, like, out and says something without me. Like, I'll respond. I'll fucking respond. Si yo feel que no está correcto. Y eso es lo que a mucha gente no le cae, you know? Como que, like, ay, ¿cómo puedes hablar así? Like, you know? Reservada. Muchacha.
But then, like, you also look at the Latino community and they're very gossipy. Like, bien reservadas, pero ahí las señoras allá chismeando.
De todo.
De todos. Y luego no ven lo que tienen en la...
Inventándose chismes y no ven lo que tienen en la casa.
Y no ven lo que tienen en la casa. Because they're over here talking hella shit about other people's families.
I love when that happens, girl. Because that's happened to me so many times. Because people, you know, talk shit about me and whatever like that. Right? But then I see, like, their kids and I'm like, oh, girl.
For real.
If you only knew how much fucking meth your son does, but okay. You go ahead and talk about me.
Yeah, I've literally overheard, like, because I remember when I was younger one time, I don't know what I was doing, pero yo de metiche, you know?
I liked hearing the older people conversations.
Yeah, me too! So ya también de metiche, I was hiding.
They would always tell me, like, hey.
Like, this is grown-up talk.
Yeah.
And like, so one time, like, me escondí, right? And me escondí I don't know dónde me metí entre un sillón y la pared. I don't know where the fuck I was hiding. But I'm over here listening to like family members talk.
Yeah.
And so my sister got pregnant young, right? And so I remember this was, and I wasn't even that young. I think by this point, I think I was 15.
Yeah.
But I was like hiding, girl.
I mean, I thought you were like 5 or something, bro.
No. No, I mean, cuando estaba chiquita también. But I remember at this point, I was like, I don't know where I was hiding. No, that was another time. I was hiding somewhere between like, not necessarily hiding in like a little secret spot, but it was like out of sight.
Yeah.
I was out of sight, okay? But I remember I was like 15 at this time. And I had a boyfriend already. And I remember I overheard family members talking about like they were basically saying like, oh, they don't know why my mom lets me have a boyfriend. They're like, oh, she's just gonna end up getting pregnant just like her sister. Like talking shit about how like, oh, no sé por qué la deja tener novio, se va a embarazar. And like saying all this shit about how I'm gonna get pregnant young and all this stuff and that I'm gonna end up like my sister and all this shit. And I'm just kind of like, I remember that shit just irritated me. First of all, it kind of hurt because like at 15, I was just like, you're supposed to be family. Why are you talking? First of all, why are you talking about your own family member and you're like like they're over here gossiping about their own fucking family member, pero de frente, like all nice and I'm just like ándale de frente, puto, like tell me like to my fucking face, pero
no, los huevos le faltan.
Yes, exactly. And but then I'm just kind of like, and then what's funny is like I feel like people got so caught up in like the get so caught up in the like, remember we had that conversation about like, oh, they don't even tell you, like they don't, like family members don't talk to you about sex, they just tell you don't get pregnant, and like that was kind of like like, dude, I couldn't do anything without my mom tripping out. And I think my mom got a little traumatized too with my sister. So with everything, my mom would be like, if I was even sick, like let's say I was like hungover like after all those parties we went to, let's say I was hungover and like I threw up or whatever, my mom would be like, estás embarazada, verdad? Like she'd be fucking freaking out over like any little thing. She'd be like, estás embarazada, huh? And I think that shit like,
I'm hungover,
I'm
lady.
just hungover, lady, and you think I'm pregnant. Or let's say I had a flu, like a stomach bug, my mom would think I'm pregnant. And like I think my mom just like got traumatized. I don't know if she got traumatized, but like that shit was really stuck in her head, that because I had a boy. And I think that really fucked, I don't know if my mom found out about what this family member said, but I think that really fucked with my mom's head, because like I had a boyfriend now, like young, and as you know, like Val and I were together since I was 16, and it was just like the whole time it was like, don't get pregnant, and like any little thing and it's like, oh, you're pregnant, huh? And it was just like, so like they kept pushing that on me. And like how funny how the tables have turned, how the turntables now they're over like, so when are you gonna get pregnant, and like asking me now when I'm gonna get pregnant. But at the same time, it just was like, I'm looking at these family members who are over here talking shit, gossiping, but then I'm just like, oh my god. And like I was like, if you only knew what the fuck your kids were up to.
Exactly.
Like I've seen what their kids were up to, and I was like,
keep talking shit, bitch.
Yeah, keep talking.
Es que les gusta hablar de lo que, like, todo menos de lo que tienen en casa. Eso sí, ¿no? ¿Verdad? Eso.
And they try to like hide it, like they try to brush it under a rug.
Like, no, shut up.
You over here trying to air out other people's fucking shit, but
let's
like,
talk about your son that's a perv. No van a hablar de eso, ¿verdad? Pero whatever. We good.
Yeah, we good. But girl, I forgot what I was gonna say. I feel like this happens to me every episode where I was like, I was gonna say something and then it just went.
Yeah, it does.
No me acuerdo que
I think we get distracted.
Yeah.
It's like,
I was gonna say story and then I forgot.
Oh.
It was a story.
I like your stories.
I was gonna share a story and I forgot.
Oh, that sucks.
I know. And I think it was like pretty prevalent to what we were talking about.
Damn it. Shit.
What were we saying? Can we go back?
Retract. What were we talking about? Being ladylike type shit?
Ladylike.
Was that what we were talking about? Like, being a woman, you had to act a certain way. Standards.
Did you ever get called marimacha? I did. Because I was unladylike.
I've been told no seas una marimacha. Because I don't know what I did. But I haven't been told like, oh, eres una marimacha.
Yeah, they're like, mira esta cam de marimacha. Because I was like doing guy shit apparently, or like playing like the boys do.
Yeah.
And I used to wrestle. I used to like wrestle and shit with the boys. And like I could hang. I could fucking hang. Try me. And I was always like that. And like, or I would play with little cars or whatever, you know. But I also did play with Barbies. But like for some reason it was so wrong of me to play with fucking boy toys or with boys or whatever. And it was like, and if it wasn't like, oh, esta anda de marimacha, it was like, oh, no seas de burla. ¿Cómo se dice? ¿De burla? No. Like a flirt.
Yeah.
¿Cómo se dice?
No andes
de burlada o...
No, I don't know. It's not like that.
Some shit.
Is that how you guys say it?
How do you say it?
Well, you know how...
No andes de volada.
There we go. No
there we go.
Volada.
Yo estaba pensando otra cosa.
I would get told that a lot.
I would get called ando de volada or que soy marimacha because I'd be like hanging with the boys.
And then I always get told that.
And I'm just like, bro, why are you fucking paying attention to what a little kid is doing like that? Like, mind your own fucking business.
Exactly. What the fuck? Go. You have your own problems. Go solve
like,
those.
you're looking a little too closely.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I would get that. Que ando de volada.
Which is stupid because now, like, why do you confuse friendliness with being a flirt?
But girl, I'm telling you, to this day, that gets confused. And that's everywhere. It's not like you. I don't know why. I don't know why. Because I've been I've been in literally too many situations where my friendliness gets confused with something else, and I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, you know what? So there was this. Okay, so when I think like right before Val and I started dating, when I used to go to like, there was this guy that I was like really cool with, and that's all it was. We were just really cool friends, and after Val and I started dating, Val would be like, oh, you know, like he used to tell guys that like you guys had a thing. And I'm like, we had a thing? I was so unaware of this thing. I was like, we had a thing. He's like, yeah. To
put the dots together.
Yeah. Apparently he told like his friends and everything that me and that guy had a thing. And then I guess Val and this guy were like cool. And then he was trying to say that Val stole me from him. And I was like, first of all, you can't steal me from you when you never had
nobody's property, first of all.
Yeah, and he never even had me. Like, what the fuck? Like, I thought we were friends.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm just like, why do some people confuse friendly? And then it doesn't even go that way, too. But, like, you can never... I feel like as a girl, you can never really do anything wrong, right? Because, like, you can never do anything right because...
Then you're a bitch. Then it's like, oh... she kind of likes me or something like that. And I'm like, I can't.
Or like, you know, when you're young or whatever, and like they say like, oh, when a boy's being mean to you, they're like, oh, it's because he probably likes you. Yeah. And then you get fucking like, you grow up thinking that when they're being mean to you, they actually like you. Yeah. It's kind of like, what the fuck?
That's how you get in toxic relationships.
Yeah, that's how you get in toxic relationships. Because then you confuse them being fucking toxic with, they like you.
He likes me. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out.
I feel like we could just keep going on about this.
Oh, yeah. About toxic relationships.
Yeah, about a whole bunch of shit, but I think we've reached our
point,
our hour.
Our ending point.
Yeah. Damn. But we can talk about a lot of stuff. Being ladylike, about being in toxic relationships. We can talk about...
I feel like toxic relationship is like...
so broad.
Yes.
Or gender roles, so fucking broad.
Yes, exactly. Pero yeah. Yeah, ya es el final, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
Okay. Make sure to follow us on La Lucha's Real Podcast on Instagram and TikTok.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify.
And you already know to leave a 5-star review. If you have anything less,
hit the DMs.
You already know.
We can talk about it.
Other than that, guys, thank you so much for making it through this episode. It was a little bit more coherent.
Coherent?
Coherent? Is that the word that I want?
I don't know.
It was a little bit more like on topic. I hope you guys are proud of us. I feel like
this one was a little more linear.
Yeah, there we go, linear. Because I feel like almost every podcast we're like
jumping everywhere.
Yes, I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. What do I put as a title? I don't know.
For real. All right, guys. Well, que Dios los bendiga. Besitos. Adiós.
Bye.